Today marks 4 months and 5 days since my wife and I applied for permits to remodel our house, and our permits are still not approved by the building department. In today's video, I want to share all the challenges we have been facing so far, and we haven't even started the remodel process yet because I imagine a lot of you may want to remodel your houses as well. So I want to share my personal experiences and also share some tips and advice with you guys towards the end of this video. My wife and I bought a house a few years ago with the intentions of remodeling it because the house needs lots of work. It took us a long time to try to figure out what type of remodel we want to do. We hired a designer to try to formulate the fit and finishes inside the house and also the general floor plan. And we ultimately got absolutely screwed with that individual and we parted ways. Then we had a baby last year. So that put our plans on hold for a while, but we ultimately hired a great general contractor. He's actually the individual that we hired to do a remodel on our last house. We had a really good experience working with them. Then we found a great designer as well. We're really enjoying working with that person as well. And we finalized our remodel plans as well. So once we finalized plans for a remodel, we applied for permits, and we did that on August 9th of this year. So now it's been over 4 months and we still do not have approved plans. We talked to our general contractor a couple of weeks ago to try to formulate how long would it take pre-COVID in order to get this all done and approved. And he said pre-COVID, it would take maximum of 2 weeks to get these permits approved. Now we're up 4 months and we have no idea when they are going to get approved. So obviously that's bad, but to make matters worse, we actually moved out of our house about a month and a half ago, and we're currently renting this house now. So we have a housing payment or a mortgage payment plus a rental payment as well. And I know what you guys are all thinking right now, because how dumb is it that we moved out of our house 1.5 months ago and our permits are still not approved by the building department? To be honest with you guys though, we all thought our permits were going to be cleared by the building department by now, but we're still waiting. On top of this, our lease expires on March 31st of next year, so let's hope our remodel ends before that. And by the way, this video is definitely not a knock against our general contractor. He's been absolutely great, and he did a fabulous job on our previous house as well. Other challenges that we have experienced personally is delays in getting appliances, flooring, cabinets, and windows. So for example, we ordered kitchen appliances on September 16th of this year, yet we're not scheduled to receive those appliances until February of next year. In addition, we ordered custom cabinetry on October 20th of this year as well, and those are also not scheduled to be delivered until February of next year. All right, let's talk about windows. We met with a window rep about a month ago, and we decided that we want to go with a brand called Milgard. He told us the turnaround time at that time was going to be about 2 to 3 weeks. It took us about 2 weeks in order to formalize which windows we wanted to go with and the placement of the windows. Then we reached out to the window rep and said, okay, we're ready to order the windows now. And he said, actually, it's not 2 weeks now. The window turnaround time is now going to be 3 months. So we're going to be ordering those this week, but they're not scheduled for delivery until March. And I know I'm complaining a lot in today's video, and that is definitely not the purpose of today's video. I want to share my personal experiences thus far so you can learn from my mistakes and also give you some advice here towards the end of this video. One of the reasons why building departments across the nation are absolutely overwhelmed right now is, of course, because there's a high demand of people applying for permits. This is because a lot of people are deciding to remodel their houses rather than sell and buy a new updated house. Many homeowners across the country have refied into 30-year fixed-rate mortgages in the range of 2.7 to 3%. Now rates have increased to around 3.2%. In addition, there's a shortage of houses for sale in the nation, so people are not listing their houses for sale right now because they don't see any houses online worth buying. Therefore, many homeowners are deciding to remodel their houses instead of buying right now. And because of this, building departments across the nation are absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of applications for permits. So here is my advice for you guys, and here's what to expect if you do want to go through a remodel. Number 1, spend a lot of time trying to find a great general contractor. This is very hard to do right now because a lot of general contractors are absolutely busy right now, and also to find one that's reasonably priced as well. My second bit of advice I have for you guys is to order materials in advance. This would be appliances, cabinetry, windows, etc. And number 3, depending on where you live, The cost of remodeling right now is insanely expensive. This, of course, is because labor is expensive and materials are expensive as well. So for example, at the time of this video, lumber's futures prices have almost doubled over the last month, and it has climbed above $1,000 once again. What this means for you and I is that lumber costs going into 2022 could be more expensive than now. In addition, other costs for building materials have also skyrocketed as well. I follow a YouTube channel called Stradman, and he posts all videos related to supercars and hypercars, which is something that I personally like watching. But he's building a custom built house right now in the state of Utah, and here's what he had to say regarding his experience with building a new house.
So I want to break down the cost from the very beginning, from the day we bought the land until where we're at right now. So I've already mentioned this a million times. We bought 1.7 acres in the beautiful state of Utah for $460,000. Now, before we could do anything whatsoever, we had to get a stupid city permit. Now, originally, the budget for that was $24,000. Now, the reoccurring theme in today's video, nothing is ever under budget. It's always over budget. The city permit, wait for it, drum roll, get a drum roll, $32,613. The original bid for excavation, $41,550, but continuing with the trend, actual excavation, the actual cost to dig the hole, $45,767.50. We also have a lot of steel in the house. We got the steel in the back cave, we got the new steel beams right up here, and then the steel in the kitchen to hang the car on the wall. Originally, $42,000. Now, $74,000. Of course, the big ticket item that I've complained to you guys about for so long, lumber. Originally, lumber was $250,000. Fast forward to today, $441,000. Now you guys understand.
And because demand is so high for construction right now, and inflation is completely out of control right now at its fastest pace since 1982, I don't expect a decrease of building material costs anytime soon. All right, number 4, if you decide against remodeling and decide to buy a new house instead, you may want to consider buying a house that's remodeled already rather than buying a fixer-upper like I did. This all depends though, right? If you're handy, then great. If you have the time to do that, then that's awesome. Personally, I am not handy. I can barely change a doorknob. Also, I do not have the time to remodel the house myself either. And I say you may want to consider buying a remodeled house rather than a fixer-upper like I did, because you could spend more money buying a fixer-upper, paying a general contractor to remodel it, than if you had bought a house that was already remodeled to begin with. And number 5, if you're thinking about remodeling a house or buying a house that's a fixer-upper, then you definitely should consider the time and stress that it takes. Now, I'm very fortunate because my wife is doing about 95% of the work and I'm doing about 5% of the work, but I definitely would say regardless of how much work you put into it, it's going to be stressful. So comment below, do you want to see more videos like this with our personal experiences about going through a remodel? Do you want to see what a remodel plans look like? Please comment below. I plan to post more YouTube videos, so definitely let me know if you want to see more videos like these. I also plan to make more Instagram stories regarding our experiences as well, so be sure to follow me on Sacramento Realtor. And of course, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And also consider subscribing as well. Hope you have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.